Let the Games Begin by Mike Rocker. Recorded at the CD Workshop, Weymouth, Massachusetts. Bill Egan, engineer. Chapter 1, Angelica Ross. I was awoken by a pounding on my door. I had fallen asleep on the couch and had been startled. I opened the door to find this very attractive woman standing in front of me. She was so well dressed that had she not had that business attire on, I would have thought she was a woman of the street. Her makeup was a work of art. Her skin was so pale, white, and her cheeks were covered by red, rosy blush. As I opened my screen door, I was transfixed by her presence. Dear Lord, forgive me for my thoughts. I myself was wearing a sweatshirt and jogging pants. Not very becoming, but I was in La La Land. I was sleeping, and I was not happy about being woken up. Do you blame me? It's hard to get good sleep these days, and my damn knee was killing me. Anyway, that visitor was the beginning of the end for me. I was left motionless and quite caught up in the moment. This woman was truly a magnificent specimen. It was like God made her and broke the mold. Now, here she was standing in front of me. Was it luck or unluck? You be the judge. I can't be. I'm like that American Idol judge who sat at the end. You may think I'm a horny devil, and I may be, but the facts are laid out for you. She was so damn beautiful. But enough of that. Truth be told, I was admiring her lips and what I could put in that mouth of hers. Okay, now you've got it out of me. I'm a bad boy. Now spank me, baby. Or maybe you want me to spank you. Hey, I'm getting off track here. So why are you here? I said, even though I knew the answer to that. She was going to tell me a short story that would turn into a long one, and maybe after a couple of drinks, when all was said and done, I would add my own chapter with her. Nevertheless, I had to listen to her story. It would become very intriguing. First off, always listen to the person. Never be distracted by anyone around you. Possibly tape the conversation or at least take decent notes. I prefer the taping part because that way I can always go back to it, and I may find some small detail that I may have overlooked or holes in the story. I actually wasn't in the mood to sit there. I was so tired because I hadn't been getting much sleep. However, I couldn't tell her to come back because she may go to someone else, and I couldn't have that. Did I really want to help her, take her money, or try to get her in bed? Boy, I'd be thinking of her tonight. It had to be better than counting sheep, although her skin appears to be as white. I told her, before you get started, I need to get a drink of diet soda. You just woke me up. She smiled, apologized, and said, but it's 12 o'clock. I know, but I don't get much sleep these days. It's my knee, and I don't want to get in the habit of taking pills because then I'll have another problem, and I don't want that. Anyway, you didn't come to listen to me whine. Would you like something to drink? She shook her head. Okay, sit down and please forgive the mess and my appearance. Tell me a story. Well, it's about my father. Something's wrong, but I can't put my finger on it. What is so strange? I said. He comes and goes. I try to talk about it, but he just goes into his shell. One day I followed him by car and then on foot. Maybe he knew I was there, who knows. He parked here and then he marched to the seedy part of town, she said. Why? I asked. There's no explanation for this behavior. I sat there transfixed, trying to help her in her hour of need. I don't know what to do, she admitted. He hasn't broken any laws, has he? I don't know, she cried as tears poured from her eyes, ruining that marvelous mascara look. I had to get tissues to help her out. Now she was snuggled into my chest. She was crying like a waterfall. I didn't know a woman could produce so much water. I tried to calm her, but it did no good. A nerve had been struck, and I didn't know what to do or say. I could not smooth it over. Listen, if you want me to do some investigating, I will. You need to tell me why you came here. She pulled away from me, stopped, and walked around the room, and then turned and said, I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'm leaving now. Thanks for listening. Bye. Take care. With that, she opened the door and left as quickly as she came. Life is so strange sometimes. I was so tired that I could go back to sleep. I mean, she did wake me out of a sound sleep. I went back to the couch, put the blanket on my head, and fell fast asleep. I didn't know how long I had slept, but when I woke up, I went to the bathroom and then went back to the couch. It was dark outside. I didn't know what time it was and didn't care. Many nights I didn't get any sleep.